Hi guys, this is Abi from Gokce Design. Once you have your image pulled up, the first thing we're going to do is to use the crop tool to increase the canvas size. Hold the Option key and drag one of the corners to increase the size proportionally. Next, let's add a white background to our image. So click on the Create New Layer button and then select Solid Color and pick white from the color picker. Now let's rearrange the layers and add a drop shadow to our layer 0. After selecting it, click on FX and then choose drop shadow. Make sure to leave the angle at 90 degrees and you can play around with the distance, spread and size to your liking. Now we're going to separate out the drop shadow into its own layer. The way you do that is by right-clicking on drop shadow and selecting Create Layer. If you receive a warning pop-up, just click OK. With the drop shadow layer selected, I'm going to click on Edit, Transform, and then select Warp. To bend the drop shadow, just drag the two center points in the bottom vertically and keep going depending on how dramatic of an effect you're going for. You can also use the arrow keys to move the shadow up and down as per your liking. Now I'm going to right click on this layer and convert it to Smart Object. Next, click on Filter and from the Blur gallery, select Iris Blur. Using the Iris Blur ellipse, we're going to introduce a gradual blur to our drop shadow. We want the shadow to stay dark close to the center of the image and gradually become lighter and more blurred as we move away from the center. The area outside the 4 white dots will have a gradual blurring effect. Play around with the ellipse size and the 4 dots until you get a blurring effect to your liking. You can also play around with the blur pixel on the top right corner to control the blur intensity. Finally, let's adjust the opacity of our drop shadow so it looks just right. And that should be it. Let's compare the before and after. It looks good to me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Until next time.